The morning light filtered through the lace curtains of Clara's bedroom, gently waking her from a peaceful sleep. She stirred slowly, stretching her arms and legs beneath the soft covers, feeling the warmth of the blankets still wrapped around her. Outside, the world was calm. The early rays of sunshine painted the sky with soft hues of pink and gold, promising a peaceful day ahead. Clara took a deep breath, savoring the quiet of the moment. It was a perfect day to visit the outdoor market. She had been looking forward to it all week, eager to spend a day surrounded by the simple beauty of nature, fresh flowers, and handmade goods. The market had always been a place of peace for her, a small escape from the noise and busyness of everyday life. Rising slowly, Clara slipped her feet into her slippers and padded across the wooden floor of her bedroom. She opened the window slightly, allowing the cool morning breeze to flow in, carrying with it the scent of fresh earth and blooming flowers. The soft rustling of leaves and the distant chirping of birds created a tranquil symphony that seemed to wrap itself around her, filling the room with a sense of calm. Today would be a day of simple pleasures, of mindful moments. Clara wanted to let go of the worries that had been weighing on her mind lately, to take a break from the rush of responsibilities. And the market, with its gentle hum of activity and connection to nature, was the perfect place to do just that. After a slow breakfast of tea and warm toast, Clara dressed in comfortable clothes and made her way toward the outdoor market. It wasn't far, just a short walk through the winding tree-lined streets that led out to the open fields where the market took place every weekend. As she walked, the gentle crunch of gravel beneath her shoes became a meditative rhythm, and the world around her seemed to fall into step with the calmness she felt within. By the time Clara arrived at the market, the sun had fully risen, casting a soft glow over the rows of stalls and booths. The market was nestled in the middle of a peaceful meadow, surrounded by trees and dotted with small gardens filled with flowers. There was a sense of serenity in the air, a stillness that was broken only by the quiet conversations of vendors and visitors, the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze, and the occasional notes of a musician playing a gentle melody on the flute nearby. Clara wandered slowly through the market, letting herself absorb the peaceful energy around her. She moved from stall to stall, admiring the handmade crafts, the jars of fresh honey, and the colorful displays of fruits and vegetables. Everywhere she looked, there was something beautiful, something that reminded her of the joy found in simplicity. As she strolled, Clara found herself drawn to a stall filled with flowers. The vendor, an elderly woman with kind eyes and a gentle smile, greeted her warmly. The stall was overflowing with blooms, roses, lilies, sunflowers, lavender, and many others, their colors bright and inviting. "Good morning," the woman said, her voice soft and calming. "Looking for something special today?" Clara smiled and nodded. "I'm not sure yet. I just felt drawn to the flowers." The woman chuckled lightly. "Flowers have a way of calling to us, don't they? Each one has its own meaning, its own energy." Clara was intrigued. "What do you mean?" she asked, leaning closer to the vibrant bouquets. The woman picked up a delicate white lily, holding it up for Clara to see. Lilies represent purity and renewal. They're wonderful for fresh starts, for clearing the mind and heart. She set the lily back down and picked up a small sprig of lavender. Lavender, on the other hand, is for peace, for relaxation. Its scent alone can calm even the busiest of minds. Clara inhaled deeply, the soothing scent of lavender filling her senses. She immediately felt a wave of calm wash over her, her shoulders relaxing as the tension from the week began to melt away. The woman continued, showing Clara different flowers: sunflowers for happiness and optimism, roses for love and passion, daisies for simplicity and joy. With each explanation, Clara felt more connected to the natural world, more attuned to the quiet wisdom that flowers carried. It was as though each bloom had a message for her, a reminder to slow down, to appreciate the beauty around her, and to find peace within. After spending a few more moments admiring the flowers, Clara thanked the vendor and selected a small bouquet of lavender and white lilies to take home. The woman wrapped them carefully, her movements slow and deliberate, as if she, too, was practicing mindfulness in the simple act of wrapping flowers. With her bouquet in hand, Clara continued to wander through the market, feeling lighter with each step. The world around her seemed to glow with a soft warmth, the sun shining gently through the trees, the sound of soft music filling the air. There was no rush, no pressure, just the quiet joy of being present in the moment. As she made her way to the far side of the market, Clara noticed a small booth nestled under the shade of an old oak tree. A simple wooden sign hung above it, reading "Tea Tasting." The booth was run by a woman with flowing silver hair. Her eyes crinkled in a smile as she welcomed Clara over. "Would you like to try some herbal teas?" she asked in a voice that was as calming as the tea itself. Clara nodded, intrigued. She loved tea, but she had never taken the time to explore the different varieties and their effects on the mind and body. The woman gestured to several small jars, each filled with dried leaves, herbs, and flowers. "Each of these teas has its own unique properties," she explained, her fingers lightly brushing the tops of the jars. Some are for calming the mind, others for soothing the body. Some offer clarity, while others help with deep relaxation. She picked up a jar filled with delicate chamomile flowers and poured a small amount of the dried petals into a teapot. Chamomile is wonderful for stress relief and calming the nerves. Perfect for unwinding at the end of the day. The scent of chamomile filled the air as the tea steeped, its fragrance sweet and earthy, like the warmth of a summer meadow. Clara accepted the small cup of tea, bringing it to her lips and taking a slow sip. The warmth spread through her chest, the gentle taste of chamomile soothing her from the inside out. It was like the tension that had lingered in her muscles and mind dissolved with each sip, replaced by a sense of calm and stillness. The tea vendor continued to introduce her to other blends. Peppermint for clarity, ginger for warmth and invigoration, and a blend of lavender and lemon balm for deep relaxation. Each tea seemed to bring its own unique energy, its own message of healing and mindfulness. Clara found herself slowing down even more, savoring each moment as she tasted the different teas. The simple act of drinking tea, of paying attention to its warmth, its scent, and its flavor, became a meditative experience. It was a reminder that peace could be found in even the smallest of rituals, that mindfulness could be cultivated in the most ordinary of moments. After finishing her tea, Clara thanked the vendor and purchased a small tin of the lavender and lemon balm blend to take home. She knew that it would be the perfect way to end her day, a quiet cup of tea before bed, a moment to reflect and let go of any lingering worries. With her bouquet of flowers and her tea in hand, Clara wandered toward the center of the market, where a small garden had been planted in the middle of the meadow. The garden was filled with wildflowers, their vibrant colors and gentle sway in the breeze creating a scene of peaceful beauty. She found a bench under the shade of a tree and sat down, closing her eyes for a moment as she let the sounds of the market wash over her. The soft murmur of conversations, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant notes of music floating through the air. Everything around her seemed to hum with life, but it was a quiet, peaceful hum, like the world itself was at ease. As Clara sat there, she reflected on the small but meaningful connections she had made throughout the day. The flower vendor who had shared the wisdom of the blooms, the tea vendor who had introduced her to the calming effects of herbal teas. These moments, though simple, had brought her back to herself, back to a place of peace and stillness. The day had been a reminder of the importance of slowing down, of taking the time to appreciate the beauty of nature, the warmth of human connection, and the quiet joy of being present in each moment. It was a reminder that, no matter how busy or stressful life could become, there was always a place of calm to return to, a place within herself that she could access through mindful attention and simple pleasures. Clara took another deep breath, letting the fresh air fill her lungs and the peaceful energy of the market settle into her body. She felt grateful for this day, for the chance to step away from the rush of the world and reconnect with what truly mattered. As the sun began to lower in the sky, casting a soft golden light over the market, Clara knew it was time to head home. She stood slowly, feeling grounded and at peace, and made her way back through the stalls, carrying with her the gifts of the day, a bouquet of flowers, a tin of tea, and a heart full of calm. The walk back home was quiet and peaceful. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze and the distant hum of the market behind her provided a calming soundtrack to her thoughts. Clara's steps were slow and deliberate, her mind still attuned to the mindful, meditative state she had entered during her time at the market. By the time she reached her apartment, the evening light was beginning to fade, and the soft glow of twilight filled the sky. She unlocked the door and stepped inside, greeted by the familiar warmth of her home. Setting the flowers and tea on the kitchen table, Clara felt a sense of contentment wash over her. Today had been exactly what she needed. A day of peace, of connection, of mindful presence. She brewed herself a cup of the lavender and lemon balm tea, the soft fragrance filling her kitchen as she prepared to wind down for the night. With the warm cup in hand, she moved to the living room, settling onto the couch and wrapping herself in a cozy blanket. Sipping the tea slowly, Clara let her body relax fully into the comfort of the moment. The soft light of the lamps, the gentle warmth of the tea, and the quiet hum of the evening outside all combined to create a perfect atmosphere of calm. She closed her eyes, letting the peacefulness of the day linger a little longer, savoring the stillness before sleep. As Clara finished her tea, she felt her eyelids grow heavy, the warmth of the day's experiences gently lulling her toward rest. She carried the empty cup to the kitchen and tidied up, the familiar routine of preparing for bed adding another layer of calm to her evening. Before heading to her bedroom, she took one last look at the bouquet of lavender and lilies she had brought home. The flowers seemed to glow softly in the low light, their presence a reminder of the beauty and peace she had found at the market. Clara climbed into bed, pulling the covers up around her, and settled into the softness of the sheets. She took a deep breath, letting her body sink fully into the comfort of her bed, feeling every muscle relax as she exhaled slowly. Her thoughts drifted back to the day, the kindness of the vendors, the soothing warmth of the tea, the gentle sway of the flowers in the breeze. Each memory brought a sense of peace, of gratitude, for the small moments of connection and mindfulness that had filled her day. As Clara's breathing slowed, she felt herself begin to drift off into sleep, her mind calm, her body at ease. The soft rhythm of her breath, like the gentle sway of the flowers in the garden, carried her into a deep, restful sleep. And in the quiet of the night, surrounded by the peace she had cultivated throughout the day, Clara knew that no matter what, she could always return to this place of calm, a place where the soul could find rest. Good night and sweet dreams.